Alright y'all, so welcome back to another video. This is a pair of jeans. They're cut from the cloth. I don't pick this brand up a whole lot. On this particular day at the bins, I think I picked these up just to see if they were selling, and lo and behold, they were. They're a women's 8. I believe these are the Kelsey ankle. But anyway, $2 on the investment, and these sold for $17 plus shipping. Alright, so this is just a New York Yankees hoodie, and it has the embroidered logo on the front. Also had a stain on the sleeve, but let me see if I can kind of find it for you. I knew that wouldn't really deter the value a whole lot. Oops. But anyway, if I can find it. Anyway, this was a Goodwill Bins pickup. It's a little bit heavy, so it probably costs, let's just say, $2.50. And here's the stain right here. But again, this one right here sold under 2 weeks for $18 plus shipping. So usually a bestseller for me, probably even more than the volunteers. I don't know if there's just more people that can get into this school over the one down there in Knoxville. But anyway, it's a Tennessee Tech, basically just a champion t-shirt. You can usually find these down at the bins, 25 cents. This one sold under a month for $10 plus shipping. So I'm always picking up school sweatshirts, t-shirts. It doesn't have to be the big schools, Oregon, Texas, LSU, Alabama. Even if it's just a smaller school, there's always people that have some kind of affiliation with them. This is a University of North Alabama. Didn't even know that existed up until like a month ago. But they're the Lions. It's a champion sweatshirt, a men's XL. Something like this probably cost about $2 to $3 from the bins. The only surprising thing about this sale is that somebody from Seattle basically bought it. So I'm guessing at some point they were down here going to school up on the West Coast now. But this one sold for $15 plus shipping. So this is a Publix polo. Never been. They don't have one on the West Coast. They don't have one in Texas. I've heard they have. Somebody told me they had like a really good deli section or something. But anyway, I think this is probably the second one of these that I've sold this week, so it's becoming a bestseller. Something like this cost maybe like 50 cents to $1 from the bins, and it sold quick for $12 plus shipping. All right, so it's sandal flip-flop season. This is just a pair of Crocs, Goodwill Bins pickup, and these probably cost probably like maybe, let's just say $2, maybe $3 max, and they sold pretty quick for $15 plus shipping. All right, so I didn't find anything groundbreaking this week at the bins, but these 3 items were pretty close to me, so I figured I would just kind of point them out and kind of show you them. So this is just a new Tags area bag. It's from the Tanger outlets, I guess, right here in Nashville. But it's brand new. And here's the tag. Looks like it retailed for like $65. So typically not looking to pick up bags, but I do kind of give them a go when they do rotate them. And this one was in front of me, so new, gotta pick it up. This is a brand that I picked up probably about maybe 2 or 3 times total just in my reselling career. It's called, I'm probably gonna mispronounce it. I think it's called Necanano. That's probably not even close, but anyway, it's a streetwear German brand that I think they stopped making clothing around 2018. I think the owner said he was going to go on and do some other stuff, but anyway, it's pretty heavy duty. You can tell that the quality is really good. Here's the inside tag. They were known for their little slogan, Brave New World. But anyway, something like this, you probably can sell it for right around probably between like $30 to $40. And this right here is becoming business as usual. So this is a pair of Nike, just some Thermofit pants from Middle Tennessee State, the Blue Raiders. But it's a little bit more than that. As you've been watching these videos, I've been kind of finding quite a bit of this kind of stuff. So this is a player issue pair of sweats right here. So it looks like it's from this player right here. I haven't done any prior research on him, but just over the course of just the last year, I've been finding a ton of stuff from like Tennessee, the Volunteers rather. Now Middle Tennessee State, I found stuff from, I guess it's Tennessee State. But yeah, so anytime I see any sort of athletic gear with a nameplate, I know that it's probably more than likely a player issue or even coach issue items in some situations. But anyway, these are just 3 items I picked up. I had a pretty good week at the bins. I think I found right around like 225 items, but this is just 3 that I felt like were notable, and then they were close. They weren't buried in any of my bags, so here they are. So most of the stuff that I sell is just basic, ordinary, everyday stuff that most people want and that they can pay for. The main thing is to just sell enough of it so you can make a business out of it. This is just a basic Under Armour. It's a zip front, high impact sports bra. It may be brand new. It feels like that. I listed it as pre-owned, but something like this cost 75 cents from the bins. And I just found this last week. It sold right away for 15 plus shipping. So I got a Kawhi Leonard LA Clippers jersey. Didn't quite, at least not up to this point, hadn't worked out the way they hoped that it would when he first came up there 4 or 5 seasons ago. This isn't Nike or Adidas. It's basically just a Fanatics brand. And if you find the right players with this brand, it doesn't really matter. The jersey, or sometimes I found like NFL jerseys as well, they still sell. Here's the nameplate on the back. This was a Goodwill Bins pickup. I've had this one for... it hadn't been a bestseller like some of the other stuff that I've sold you. I probably have had this for at least 4 or 5 months, but I guess it's basketball, kind of heads towards the playoffs. I think the Clippers are like right there at like the 7th or 8th spot in the West, so they may get in. But anyway, as I digress, this was probably 50 cents from the bins, and it finally sold for 15 plus shipping. All right, so I do have one return. It's these Crufton Borough cargo shorts. I've talked about just over the course of just the last month or so how this is a good brand to pick up. There's typically not a lot of competition for it because people just don't think there's a whole lot of value in it. And this is, I guess it's kind of right on the mark. 40 isn't too huge of a size. But anyway, the guy returned these because he said that they didn't fit like he hoped they would. And so this was a $25 sale all in with shipping on probably, maybe $1.50, $2 investment. And again, not a lot of competition. Right here is REI. These are, I believe the model is called the Trail Made cargo pants. Here's the cargo pocket on the right side. But usually every time I find these, they don't last long. They are heavy duty, but they're light, if that makes sense. These probably cost $1, $1.50 from the bins, and they sold for 20 plus shipping. So this is a Spirit jersey t-shirt. Here's the tag right here, and every time I find these right here, they sell pretty quick, usually almost right away, under like a week. It's normally a destination shirt. This one right here is from Maui. The print is usually on the back. It is a little bit heavier than just your prototypical t-shirt. This probably costs $1.50 on the buy cost, and it sold, I just listed this 2 days ago, so it sold quick for 13 plus shipping. Alrighty, y'all, so I think this is gonna do it for me. Got a lot of work to do today, even a ton of yard work, so it's gonna be a busy one. But I appreciate y'all for coming along with me. If you got anything out of the video, like it, consider subscribing to the channel. I'll catch y'all right back here in the next video. Succeed.
This might be all that I know. Think it's okay. I've got a long way to grow. At my own pace. Go the long way. No one taught me how to walk, but I figured it out fine.